whilst we consider these building regulations, we need to pay attention to proven programs like the CASBEE tool in Japan, other analysis tools which look at life cycle assessment that can be applied to buildings, and innovative programs such as the EDGE program of the World Bank. And the presentations will all be around those topics. To assist me in running the panel session, I have three people who will introduce the individual speakers and moderate their sessions. So I'll introduce Maureen Goodman to introduce our first speaker.
Good morning. I have the pleasure of introducing Mr. Akira Ishii, who has worked since 2003 in energy-saving activities for buildings as a member of the Building and Environment Coordination Division, Housing and Architecture Bureau in the city of Yokohama. He is currently subsection manager for both the assessment of applied buildings by CASBEE Yokohama and for the dissemination of CASBEE Yokohama for the Building and Environment Coordination Division. And we're going to hear your presentation and then have some questions after that. So please join us.
Good morning. Distinguished guests, speakers, and participants. My name is Akira Ishii. I'm from Yokohama City, Japan. It is a great pleasure to conduct the presentation on CASBEE Yokohama for all of you. And I'd like to express my gratitude to the Secretariat of the ICC. Again, thank you very much. Today I will present the CASBEE program, Yokohama City, a reporting system for the environmentally friendly of buildings among the already utilized CASBEE in cities all over Japan. The sequence of my presentation is divided into 8 parts. First, the background of CASBEE development. Second, outlines. Third, labeling. Fourth, families. And then fifth, an explanation of CASBEE Yokohama. Sixth, important points. Seventh, an example of program. And finally, eighth, an announcement of building outline and indication of environmental performance. Looking at the background, next please. A comprehensive assessment system for building environment efficiency is expressed as the acronym CASBEE, C-A-S-B-E-E. We call CASBEE. This program is comprehensive evaluation of building from various environmental points of view. The environmental problems related to buildings and some of the countermeasures to address them. What buildings are environmentally friendly? CASBEE was developed by 3 sectors: industry, government, and academia. In April 2001, review committee was established. In 2002, a variation tool for office buildings was introduced. In 2003, evaluation tool for new buildings was completed. This conceptual diagram shows the characteristics of CASBEE. At the start of the evaluation performance of a building, CASBEE sets the virtual boundary, as shown by the dotted red line. In the center of the slide, during construction, it generates various environmental loads, as shown on the right side. We refer to L as the environmental loads to the outside premises, including consumption of resources, exhaust CO2, exhaust gas, noise, waste heat, drainage, etc. We refer to Q as the environmental quality of a building on the inside of the premises. CASBEE is evaluation tool that is based on both Q and L, which are clearly separate categories. Evaluation items are classified into the following 4 categories. First, energy consumption. Second, circulation of resources. Third, local environment. Fourth, indoor environment. These 4 categories have 80 items within them. There are many items that have both aspects of Q and L. Those items are therefore classified and reconstructed into Q and L. A quotient of building environment efficiency, called BEE, B, is used as an indicator of a building's environmental friendliness. The numerator Q consists of 1, indoor environment, 2, service performance, 3, outdoor environment inside the premises. For the denominator, we use L. 1, energy, 2, resources and materials, 3, environment outside of the premises. It is important to evaluate Q and L separately. Now let's proceed to the explanation of environmental labeling using B. The vertical axis shows Q, and the transverse axis shows L. The point of intersection, the Q-axis and L-axis, is the resulting evaluation, indicated by a green triangle in the middle of the graph on the slide. The greater the degree of the line of the graph, the more environmentally friendly the building is. S, excellent. A, very good. B plus, good. B minus, very poor. C, poor. The next slide shows the CASBEE family. There are 4 kinds of evaluation tools for housing, buildings, blocks, urban. For buildings, CASBEE for buildings new construction. Existing renovation. CASBEE Yokohama conducts evaluation using CASBEE for building new construction. The next slide shows the Yokohama City's reporting system for environmental friendliness of buildings. This system aims to promote the comprehensive improvement of the environmental aspects of buildings by recommending that the building owners prepare reports on environmental friendliness of buildings. The reporting systems includes two layers, a reporting system and a certification system. The report for environmental friendliness of buildings is prepared using the evaluation system CASBEE Yokohama, which is a version of CASBEE for building new construction, partly re-edited to match the needs of Yokohama City. It includes reporting and certification systems. Reporting system is stipulated in the Yokohama City Ordinance on preservation of the living environment and was launched in July 2005. Building owners are required to submit a self-assessment of their buildings as per CASBEE Yokohama. Targeted buildings are those that have at least 2,000 square meter. Evaluation results submitted to the city are also disclosed on the official website on Yokohama City. The certification system is stipulated in the Yokohama City Guideline on evaluation and certification system for environmentally friendliness of buildings and was launched in April 2006. Yokohama City certifies that the building is recognized as being a duly environmentally friendly buildings based on the evaluation of special advisors. This certification system is intended to promote CSR, corporate social responsibility, CSR, of building owners in regard to the environment and is applied to building if their owners wish. The slide shows the important points emphasized by Yokohama City. There are 4 points initialized as E, W, R, T. E stands for energy saving performance of buildings. W stands for smart wellness community, which was healthy and comfortable working and living environments. R stands for resilience, that consideration for disaster prevention. T stands for ownership and townscape, that contribution for regional and town development. This instruction shows examples of measures for multi-story buildings. In order to more clearly see, I divided them into left and right side. Left side of slide, consideration for landscape of neighboring districts, prohibition of public squares and sidewalk-shaped open space, and regional oasis. Build-up and arrangement of waterfront are evaluation items. control of heat load of buildings, such as high-performance glass, blocking of sunlight of eaves, improvement of their insulation, ensuring the green spaces and open spaces, orientation to capture breeze, also consideration item. The right side of slide. Thermal storage system, building energy management system, BEMS. Cogeneration system, base isolation structure oil damper system. Utilization of rainwater that reserved underground. Photovoltaic generation, solar power generation. Utilization of emergency water well. Sorry. This slide shows the outline of reports on environmental friendliness of buildings. These outlines can be read the city's website. The left side tables are the result of CASBEE evaluation. The rankings are from 1 star to 5 stars. The top rank is 5 stars, indicated by S. This table shows only 4 stars, which indicates a rank of A. LCCO2 is also indicated. These indications are divided into 5 ranks. A rank of 5 stars means that it has the lowest level of exhaust. The result of the evaluations of Q and L is indicated by the vertical bar. On the graph, the higher the bar, the higher the evaluation result. The right side table indicates measures for important items. This is an original sheet from Yokohama City. I explained a little bit ago the EWRT as 4 important items. This sheet required a description of each. This sheet required a description of each. This slide shows the labeling of built environment performance. In addition to the CASBEE system, we required the publication of the building environment performance. When a building is advertised either for sale or for rent, the built environment performance labeling, which indicates the degree of compliance of the buildings with environmental performance criteria, must be indicated in the advertisement. This includes existence of photovoltaic generation and solar power generation. Result of 5 evaluation indication of CASBEE. Energy consumption and its reduction rate. Result of measures for Yokohama's 4 important points and others. By the effective utilization of the reporting system and certification system based on CASBEE Yokohama, Yokohama City is making effort to promote an increasing number of environmental friendliness of buildings. That concludes my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. Again, again, I thank all of the attendees and staff members concerning the events of the Global Forum in connection with Global Connections Day. Thank you very much.
So we're hoping that you will have questions so that I don't have to ask all the questions regarding this. But I did have a couple just in case that, so you would prep yourselves and wake up. I wanted to ask how the system addresses existing buildings. Since you have a mandatory reporting requirement for large buildings, how are the existing buildings doing, and what has to happen once they receive a B- or a C?
これをね、既存建物に対してはどういうような活用の仕方が考えられているんですか。さっき新築だけど。
なるほど。既存もシステムとしてはあるんですけれども、横浜市はまだ使ってないです。
There are assessment system using by CASBEE for existing building, but Yokohama City still not yet utilized that system.
Great. So they're not addressing existing buildings yet. Arturo.
Is the system mandatory or voluntary, and how many buildings have been certified within the system?
この CASBEE のシステムは強制なのか、それとも任意なのか、そして今までどれだけの CASBEE の証明、レポーティングされた件数があるんでしょうか。
これは2000平米以上の新築は義務です。
It's required more than 2,000 square meter. That's mandatory.
で、今はもう2000件ぐらい出てますね。2000件ぐらい。
Already approved more than 2,000 cases of the buildings.
Other questions? Keep thinking. I have some more. Oh, yes, please.
Good morning. For buildings that are underneath the threshold, are there incentives to encourage people to adopt these standards?
こういうシステムを導入したことによって動機付け、建物オーナーにとって動機付けの効果はどういうふうに感じられていますか。増えてるか
そうですね。やっぱりいいランクを取ろうということで A ランク以上取ろうというオーナーが増えてます。
In the recent years, the building owners would like to more higher ranking, S or A. That's a very good effective for the building owner.
One of the things I wanted to ask is you mentioned that there are some attributes that are both included in the Q category and in the L category. Can you give us an idea as to what would be contributors to excellent environment, at the same time negative environmental impact? I'm just curious about that.
9つとかね、8つのカテゴリーがありましたけども、それが環境に対していい評価を与えているものと悪い評価を与えているものがあると思うんですけども、それについての説明はありますか。
説明は、Q は本当にクオリティ、L は環境に対する負荷を与えることですよね。そういうことですけれども、はい、それが。
So he mentioned already about the abbreviation Q means the quality of the building for the environmental friendly building, and then load, that's a very strong effect for the environmental affections.
Okay. Any other questions? I wanted to ask, you didn't get to see the slides that included some examples, and I don't know whether you can click through some of those photographs, but these are some of the buildings that have already been certified as receiving an S rating in the city of Yokohama. And a couple of them are all glass buildings. I was wondering how they managed to achieve a good Q when there's obviously a difficulty in achieving substantial energy efficiency in an all-glass building.
今ね、全面ガラス張りの建物で建てられた建物はどうやって Q というのを高めることが配慮されているんですか。
Q はそうですね。Q っていうのは
all covered by the curtain wall glass building, that quality will be more comfortable. But how to evaluate for the air? That's a double skin glass or sunlight reflect glass used for the curtain wall. Yes.
Great, thank you. Other questions? Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.